Hey, what's going on everybody? My name is KingZee. Welcome back to the Afterlife server. If you're brand new here, welcome in. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you do, make sure to check out the rest of my channel and consider subscribing. It really does help my channel grow, and I really do appreciate it. Also, remember, if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, like, comment down below, all that good stuff. But let's jump into today's episode. If you guys remember, last episode we built this awesome snowy ruin tower that is actually our starter home. And I've been doing some work over there, which we're going to talk about after I take a nap real quick. So yeah, like I said, I've been doing some work around here. Lots of work, in fact. I built up this little pathway that leads up to what is going to be the gatehouse for our abandoned castle. I've also been doing a heck of a lot of planning, as you guys can see. I've been doing this on stream, and this is just the planning stages of what is going to be our abandoned castle. And I was also doing a lot of terraforming over here as well. I actually did most of this off camera, but I have a top-down map that shows what our build is going to look like, kind of. I'm just trying to get a feel for the layout. All of it's pretty much subject to change as I start building, but that's fine. We'll figure it out as we go. So I've filled in most of the section over here, but all this is built up by hand. As you can see here, it's pretty hollow in here. There's a lot of bad guys in there, which I need to either light it up or I need to go back through and fill it in. I filled in this section here, which I almost crashed into, but I just have this section over here to fill up, so we don't have to worry about the mobs and stuff like that. I've also lifted this area up over here a couple blocks just to make it so we have a little bit more even terrain to work with for our castle. I'll go back through and add some detail through here to make it look a little bit more like a cliff face. And then I'm also going to go back through on all of those cliff faces and make it look a little bit more like this area back here. I think this came out really great. I'm probably going to do the same thing over there just to make it look similar, possibly a little better. And I'm also going to wrap this around here as well. But I got a whole lot of ideas for this area over here thanks to a post by Jay on the Afterlife SMP Instagram page. Links down in the description. You guys can check out all the coolest builds from all the members. There'll be a link for the Instagram down below, so make sure to check that out. But he posted a picture of this build, and in the description he had, what do you think caused the wreckage of this tower? And that got me thinking, what did cause the wreckage of this tower? What is going to be causing the wreckage of this abandoned castle over here? It could just be old and ancient and falling apart, or we could do something a little bit more fun and something that's going to help the build inspiration just a little bit. So I saw this area. I think it's a good eye draw straight from the portal. So you have the portal, which draws your eye to this tower, which is going to draw your eye to the castle. And once you get over to the castle and you're in here, you're going to have your eyes drawn to this beautiful little mountaintop here, where we're actually going to be placing a wizard's tower, an evil wizard's tower at that. The wizard is going to be the one that has caused the wreckage of this area. I'm not sure what the quarrel is between the wizard and the people of this castle just yet, but maybe you guys can help me down in the comment section down below and tell me what you think the conflict between these two would be. But just that idea alone of a dark mage over there, a dark ice mage tearing apart this castle, has given me a whole lot of ideas about how I want this castle to look. So there's gonna be a lot of ice, a lot of glass, obviously a lot of wreckage. Might have it fairly overgrown. Maybe the wizard is super old and ancient and he's been around for quite a while, and maybe this tower has been destroyed for quite a while. But I want to have like a dark magic feel to this area, especially over there by the tower, but over here as well. I want to make it feel like it's been destroyed by magic. So for today, we're going to be doing a lot of planning for the castle. I'm going to try to get a lot of the planning out of the way just so I kind of have a basic shape of the castle done. We might also plan a little bit of the tower, at least the height and kind of the size of it, because I also want to have like a magical altar over here. So there's going to be a nice little bridge going across here. But yeah, we'll have a nice magical altar, awesome wizard's tower over here, dark mage's tower, whatever you want to call it. And then we'll get to hopefully building maybe an entrance today to the castle, or possibly getting started on some of the foundation for the build. So I'm going to get planning. I'm going to grab a few more materials and I'll be right back with you guys. All right, what's up everybody? Welcome back to our rainbow castle. If you guys saw the time lapse, you'll see that I've added a bunch of different colors of wool, mainly because that's all the wool that I had over at the starter house, and I brought it over here because I didn't want to buy any more wool, but I ended up having to go over to Hue Shop and buy more wool anyways because I was running out. But we now have a pretty good idea of the heights of buildings and kind of the shapes of buildings. So this is kind of the furthest I've ever gone to plan out a build in survival, because I've done no planning in creative just yet, just doing it all survival based right now. And in the time lapse, you guys saw me adding all the wool, but the first thing I actually did was went around and finalized the idea of the shapes of the buildings with stone. So I have a little bit of a stone foundation for the shape of the builds. I added a lot of different building shapes. I've added a few diagonal buildings in here to make things a little bit more interesting as well. I've got connecting buildings pretty close together, buildings with towers. Like this will be probably a church with like a little offshoot. This building didn't change much because this is going to be the main keep. There are a few things I still have yet to add, like where I'm going to have stairways and stuff leading up to places. This is actually going to be like a little archway to get into the church or the cathedral, whatever we're going to call it. But the main shape of the keep didn't really change too much. And this is just all to get an idea of the height variations of the build. At least that's my thinking. The height variations and the size of buildings and also the shape, obviously. I'm not really sure how well this planning is going to work out, being that it's my first time using it, but if it works out pretty well, then we'll probably end up using this a lot more often in the survival world and on the server, just to make things a little bit easier. I have yet to plan out the wizard tower. Probably gonna do that next in another little time lapse for you guys, maybe explain my reasoning behind things while I build it, but I wanted to give you guys a quick update on what I've done so far. Another thing I did was actually plan out a lot of the pathways that I think are gonna be in here. Obviously they're subject to change later on as I finalize the building shape and stuff like that, but I at least have a general idea of where I want the paths to go. I have this is gonna be like an open courtyard over here. We might have another little open courtyard over here, or maybe like a little garden space. I mean, most of this stuff is going to be destroyed anyways. At least that's the way I'm planning to make the castle look. So it might just be room for us to lay debris down in, which I think will be kind of cool. But now that I've got this done, I want to go plan out a little bit of the tower, at least like the size and the shape and the height variance that I want in certain places, to see how it would look in the distance. So I'm going to do that real quick and I'll be right back with you guys. All right, so welcome back everybody. I plan to show you guys a little bit of a time lapse of me building this little outline here. I did get it recorded. I'll probably show you guys a little bit as I'm speaking here now, but I've taken a little bit of a break from Minecraft and I've come back and I changed the design a little bit, so it's not exactly how I had planned it beforehand, and this thing over here might need to be moved a little bit, so we'll get talking about that as I fly over here. So the magical altar, I'm not going to build that today because I want to see how this build turns out first before I decide on whether I want to move it, because I do like the angle of this little bridge we have here. I might move the positioning of the altar, or I might make this, so I really want the entrance to be on one of the diagonals, so I'm probably gonna have to move it back this way quite a bit, and then I might drop it down as well. As far as the bridge goes, it'll kind of be a freehand build basically. And then with this design, I really like the height of this build. I'm not sure if I built it a little bit taller, a little bit smaller, I'm not totally sure. The base is a little bit different. We're gonna have a more solid base here. It's going to be a little bit more free floating. I want to keep this edge here, so I'm going to have some like icicles falling down. But as far as the build goes, this is going to be moved a little bit. There's going to be a tower on the back side. This I originally had on like a 90-degree angle. I think I'm going to maybe put it more on the diagonal. So instead of right here, it's going to be facing this way a little bit more. So we'll have a little bit of a diagonal bridge come out here, and it'll just give a little bit of a better look from the castle, a little bit of a better profile, because as it looks right now, you can see it kind of interferes with a little bit of the side of the tower here. So I think pushing it back on the diagonal will give it a little bit more shape. And then also with everything else we're putting over here, I'd really like to have a little bit more shape jutting out that way to kind of balance the build out a little bit. But I do have the design built. I built it in the Afterlife creative server because it's just so much easier to plan big builds like this. If you guys are planning on doing large scale builds, I really highly recommend doing a creative test build first. And if you want to, maybe plan out the entire build in creative, because it just makes your life so much easier. And I'm also going to be trying to do this with the Lightmatica mod that Hubone, one of the other Afterlife members, uses. He has a great tutorial on it. It's blown up completely. It's like almost like 200,000 views. If you guys want to learn how to use the Lightmatica mod, I highly recommend you check out his video. I'll make sure to leave a link down in the description for you guys if you want to check it out. With all that being said, I need to gather a bunch of materials for this build because we're going to be building this wizard tower today. I'll probably do it on a stream. So if you guys haven't seen my Twitch streams yet, or if you want to be a part of them, I'll leave a link down in the description. So yeah, I'll get building, and I'll see you guys at the end of the time lapse. Okay, so we're back over here at the spawn area because I need to do a little bit of shopping. Mario has restocked his ice, which I really need because it's a real pain to get blue ice, and I seem to need a lot of it for our build. We're gonna go ahead and check the shop to see if we've made any diamonds, which we have. Gonna be good. I think Mario said he raised his prices, so let's see how much we're getting gouged here. No, in all fairness, I told him to raise his prices because they were so cheap. But let's see how much the blue ice is worth now. What is it gonna be? So 5 diamonds for 1 stack of blue ice. That's not much more. And I'm going to... Who's been taking half a stack, or is he putting half a stack in there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it only has 6. That pays for 4. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more. Oh, perfect. But one other thing we gotta check out. I was watching one of Kaffer's videos a while back, and we did a little bit of off-camera shenanigans in the nether. I was helping her get some blackstone for her nether portal, which if you guys haven't seen it, make sure to go check out her videos. It's a really awesome nether portal, actually done entirely in like black colors, which looks really cool. But I was helping her get some blackstone and some basalt and stuff like that, and I tried to get down the nether tunnel in a little bit of a weird way, and I died. And I lost my spoon. I lost my shovel, and she just so happened to decide to gift me a king spoon, which is really awesome. So thank you, Kaffers, for that. Remember, if you guys haven't checked out her channel, make sure to do that. Link down in the description. Really awesome content creator. And now we have a really awesome shovel, which is a king spoon, fit for a king. We also have Wally, our pick, which is kind of cool. I named it on stream. If you guys haven't checked out the stream, I'll link it down in the description as well. Let's head back over to the tower and check it out in person. I've actually done a little bit of building on the interior for the little house. Sorry for the pumpkin smash right there. Let's go check it out. All right, so here is the Wizard Tower in all its glory. And there's our little house. This was actually pretty fun to build. I actually used the Lightmatica mod that Hubone uses, and I don't know why I've never used it before. It's way better than using screenshots, just like Jagiero says. But one part of this build that I have not completed is the interior, as you can see. This is completely empty. There's no way to get up to this next part of the tower, which I need to figure out. If you guys have any ideas, make sure to link them down below. I want to do like maybe a staircase possibly, but I think I don't really want to take away from like this little landing area. I think it's kind of cool, so I might do like an open staircase that goes up, and up there is a little bit different. There's a little bit of an opening up here that I can show you guys. This little offshoot tower. I have no clue what this would be called either, so any ideas, make sure to let me know down in the comment section. But as you can see, this leads down to that area below, so hopefully like a little bit of a staircase up here, and then we can have this lead over here, which I want to be like a little magical like book area possibly. I think it'd be kind of cool to have it over here. And then further up, I'm not really sure what to do with it just yet. But again, with the rest of the interior, I had nothing done over here, but I've decided to make this my little living quarters area. So as we step in here, we have my bed, a bunch of storage in here, and then we have a nice little staircase heading down over here, which has some more storage like that. And then we have this door, which leads nowhere just yet, but I'm thinking I want to have like a mass storage in here. Maybe I can pay Puff to have a automatic sorting storage in here for my items for building in this area. Not sure how much longer it's going to last now that the 1.17 update has officially been announced, but we'll see how long it takes them to get it out. I also want to apologize for the no content these last couple months. It's been really slow for me creating content because I've been super busy. My recording situation has kind of changed a little bit, so I've got a new microphone now that's going to help with some of the background noise. I might be able to record a little bit more often. My job's kind of settled down a little bit as well. So I'm hoping to get a lot more content out to you guys. Really inspired to be on the Afterlife server right now, so I might do a lot of Afterlife stuff, and I'm kind of thinking about making a change for the Empire series. If you guys are interested in the Empire series, it's not going to go anywhere. We're still going to build, but I'm thinking about maybe deleting some of the chunks in that world. Obviously not the ones that we built in, but I just kind of want to clear up some space for when the next updates come, and I want to delete part of the nether as well, so we can kind of get that nether update exposure also. But yeah, just a quick little update for you guys that have stuck through the video this far. You guys are my main supporters, I would say. You guys are watching this far into the videos, so thank you for that. But anyways, I got a little bit more resource gathering to do. I think more ice is what I need, but we're gonna get started on building the magical altar here, and then figuring out a way to possibly get a little bridge over here. And then apparently I also need to do a lot of killing of some mobs in here because it's super loud. You guys probably can't hear it too well, but they are really annoying in there. But yeah, thanks again for the spoon cappers if you're here, and let's get started with the next time lapse. All right, so there is the magical altar done. I wasn't really planning on building this today, but seeing as how it's taking me so long to get this episode out, I figured I'd squeeze in a few more things for you guys to see. I'm probably going to end up sticking to doing the bridge off camera or do it on stream or something like that, because it is kind of like a little bit of an awkward way to get up. I'm going to be connecting right over here in this corner, and getting from there to here is going to be kind of awkward. I do want to have some like icicles hanging down from the bottom sections here. I'm going to be adding a lot more black stone down here as well, just to kind of blend in the black stone that we have up here for our, I don't know what you would call these things, our pillars. I believe the magical pillars, we'll call them magical pillars. But I like how this this magical essence looks right here. Kind of my first time doing it. Hopefully it looks a lot better from a distance, obviously, but came out pretty good. Looks a lot better in shaders as well. I'll make sure to put that on the screen for you guys right now. But this episode has gone on for over a month now, I believe. I've been trying to record this thing and get things done, but I'm going to wrap things up. Hopefully I'll have a cool cinematic shot of the entire tower, the magical altar, and possibly the bridge as well, depending on how fast I am at editing this video. I might be able to toss it in there to make it look really cool. Detail the bottom section as well. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. I had a lot of fun creating this wizard's tower. I think we're going to tear out the entire intersections of the mountain that the tower's on and make it into our forever home kind of deal. We'll just be dotting around the area, maybe some farms, and obviously we got to build that castle in the distance. But I have a whole lot of plans for this area, so hopefully you guys stick around and you want to see more. But I'm going to wrap the episode up here. So remember, if you're brand new or you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so. It really does help my channel grow, and I really do appreciate it. Leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the episode. Let me know what you think of the series. And I'll see you all next time here on the Afterlife server.